Welcome to the Flight Room Podcast. This is episode 16. I'm the host today, Corey Moe. You got P Shack, Lighthouse, P Bell, Randall. You got my man Stay Al. I think Be More not gonna be in this joint today. But Concourse P should be here a little later. But without further ado, episode 16, we can kick it off. Let's start off with a good topic. All these 1v1s going on, basketball. Who would your first picks be? You've been wanting to see for a long time, especially with all these 1v1s going on the gram or whatever. If they could do it with basketball, who would you want to see go head to head?
I start off, and this just might be me from like personal experiences growing up. But in prime, I start with Stephon Marbury versus Steve Francis.
Cool.
Like I know that's not like the headline, and I know that's not going to be like probably the marquee one we say of this conversation. But I think I would want to see that jump. Like Steph, like two clash of the point guard styles, two attacking guards, but at the same time, they gonna give you that grit. I love to see that 1v1.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see because it never happened, and for them to play in the league as long as they did on such a high level, I would want to see a LeBron and Kobe finals. Appearance. We never got to see, even though they played, at a high level in their respective conferences, but we never seen that materialize. In the finals.
Nobody gonna throw Jordan out there? Ain't nobody trying to throw Jordan out there?
Why?
Because it's Jordan. You got to. I would love to see Jordan and Kobe just because. They're one of the greatest.
That'd be a hell of a matchup.
For those who like just don't. For those who need to see it themselves to be a believer that he was the dude. Is the dude. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna flip it actually. So I'm gonna actually go brother to brother. And I know Melo ain't in the league yet, Melo Ball, but I would want to see him versus Lonzo because ain't nothing like a brother rivalry, bro. Like I could see them going back and forth,
Yeah, that's a good one.
That'd be awesome.
Who do you think will win that matchup though?
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I don't know, man. I would say Melo, honestly, just from what I see. But I think I'm partial because I think he got a little bit more skill than Lonzo. But Lonzo got a little bit more weight, and he been in the league for a while. So I don't know, man. I can't call it.
But Lonzo, like I think if you get like the right pieces around him, he could be like a for real like floor general. And I don't think
he in that position right now in New Orleans. Yeah. If you watch it, as long as he's not getting hurt, he keep getting better and better. He just be getting hurt. He get injured a lot. But Lonzo, I think him and Zion a good matchup. Brandon Ingram, I think they got a nice little a young little core right there.
JJ Redick kind of like bring it all together.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. He got a nice little squad. So it ain't, and he got people that's
Jackson Hayes.
Yeah. He got people that's gonna run with him. So
and Drew Holiday.
Yep, and Drew Holiday.
Would this work? Dirk Nowitzki versus KD.
Yeah, I could see that because if you think about it, KD got that he like a 7-foot marksman, and same thing with Dirk. And the thing they used to say about Dirk is that Dirk had a shot that you couldn't block because of his height, and it's the same thing they say about KD. So I think that I would take KD obviously in that matchup, but it would still be that would still be something. I think that'd be a nice little 1-on-1. I can see that.
KD would practice that 1 foot jump too.
KD on that because I don't think Dirk's fast enough. But Dirk, literally, he could box him down the whole damn match for real.
Mm-hmm.
With his slow ass up and under.
Fadeaway.
I had T-Mac, but I don't know who I want T-Mac to go versus with though. 'Cause T-Mac was somebody that didn't really pan out. Vince Carter.
Yeah, that's what I would go with.
In both their primes, hell yeah.
Like an Eastern Conference.
I mean, that's a good matchup. Who will win that in a prime? Or like who will win that one? That's a toss up.
Yeah.
Between those two, because
I
I think Tracy McGrady at his prime might be one of the best offensive players ever.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I feel like Vince had hops, but he ain't had no real jumper like in his prime.
Yeah.
It was more when in his prime, he didn't have that 3-pointer. He had a lot of driving to the basket, and you know what I'm saying. So I think T-Mac might win that.
But yeah, for my one-on-one, I was gonna go with Hakeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing, just because of that era in the '90s. They were real dominant. It's two big men, and they both had post games. They both had mid range. They both could handle a smidge. You know what I'm saying? For that era, they could both handle a little bit. So I would go with them two. Plus, I mean, neither one of them was Black Americans. Patrick Ewing was Jamaican, and Hakeem Olajuwon is Nigerian. So you know, it just added an extra little something to the matchup. So I think I would go with those two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, if I could flip the switch just a little bit too, you know, one matchup I would pay for, like prime. If we're talking prime, and you already know where I'm going because I'm talking prime, but I'm going prime.
I already know Dion and Michael
Rice.
Irvin.
I'm going prime. Oh well, that would be bomb too. But I would go prime versus Jerry Rice. But I think
that's a classic matchup.
You're probably right with that prime versus Michael Irvin, just because of the trash talk that comes with it.
True.
I'll probably go with that one. What's one y'all want to see in football? Yes, one.
Like
who? Oh, go ahead.
I want to see Richard Sherman actually play man on man versus like a Julio or. Did he really like talk trash against like those type of players, or he just get it in where he fit in?
I'm trying to get him ate up. Well, I like the contact. I'm trying to see. Since we going football, I might have to go Jerome Bettis versus Ray Lewis.
In the Oklahoma drill?
Yes, Oklahoma drill all day.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that one.
I even throw Matt a shout out here. What's his name? Eddie George. I throw Eddie George in there too. He was a monster. Everybody had an Eddie George jersey back in the day. Who am I seeing him go up against the top linebackers like Brian Urlacher, shit like that? Yeah, some Oklahoma drills. I'll get them organized.
I'm gonna just take it back real quick to NBA, but this would be like a verbal battle more than on the
trash talk.
I would talk about in their prime, Charles Barkley and Draymond Green, just because they don't fuck with each other, and Charles Barkley always get compared to. I mean, Draymond always get compared to Charles Barkley, and Charles hate that shit. I would pay to see them go back and forth and talk shit to each other during the match. That would be amazing.
That'd be dope.
I feel like just
Charles Barkley would dominate that joint though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure. That would be purely entertainment.
What about the ultimate 1-versus-1 sport, boxing? Like, what's the ideal jump?
It was like any era.
I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, that's a tough one too, man.
Don't everybody say like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson? But do you even think that would be?
No, I don't think that's fair.
For who?
Honestly, I think well, you know what? Actually, because that might actually be a good one. That might actually be a good one, just because of Ali's quick. Two different styles, but Mike Tyson's a fucking.
Mike Tyson, like in the time, really didn't have 12-round bouts.
Yeah, he was killing Bammers. He was killing Bammers.
15 calls.
And then I think it was Ali. It's a boxer that everybody be forgetting about. Jack Johnson. Ali was out there talking about Jack Johnson is better than him. So I would like to see him go against some big dogs. Jack Johnson was a big dog. I wouldn't mind seeing him out here versus Klitsch Club or somebody.
Yeah, Lennox Lewis versus Tyson Fury. I think that'd be a good matchup. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I was just talking to somebody about that.
Yeah, Lennox Lewis like 6'7" himself. So, and I don't think he was undefeated, right? He never lost. I don't think, right?
Yeah. And I had to look it up, dog, because I was arguing this just this weekend. I was like, dog, Lennox Lewis will punish Tyson Fury, and Cuz was like, nah, dog, Tyson Fury is 6'10". I did not know this nigga was 6'10". He's 6'10". Lennox Lewis is only 6'5". He's only 6'5", but he knows how to use his length or whatever. So I think that would definitely be a good match. I think he's way more athletic than Tyson Fury. He looks more athletic anyway. Tyson Fury is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You do a couple sit-ups out here or something. I don't think he's going to last, you know. I don't know.
Like physique, but the nigga's still athletic.
Yeah, he's athletic.
We'll see. I would like to see that, John. Lennox did punish one of the Klitschko's, though. He did punish one of the Klitschko's. I had to look. I saw that, too.
So I'll go with AI versus Kyrie, just off the ball handling. I think that'd be a nice little point guard matchup, you know what I'm saying, between those two. They can both score. They both got crazy handle. That'd be a nice little matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
And honestly, young Kyrie probably, even though I think AI, his legend is all that, you know, what it is, but Kyrie probably win that matchup, to be honest with you, you know, so.
I don't know. You might.
Well, like a one, just like straight 1-on-1 to 11 type jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. AI is kind of like a legend way you say.
Kyrie bigger.
Yeah, but like AI's heart is just like fucking 50 feet tall.
I was gonna say too, Kyrie don't play no D, man. I could see AI just going like 8 straight on him.
It's just
And
Kyrie.
the little kids doing Kyrie cross-ups. They was doing AI cross-ups.
That's because like Kyrie is just so like well polished to be like such like, you know, a young player. I mean, he's older now, but he's just so polished. He got like everything, like turnarounds, fadeaways. He can finish with both hands. Like,
Yeah,
like the same like combination of crossover like twice for real. Like, nigga's a fucking wizard. But AI, like his will to win, his heart is, you know.
I do. One more I got is Rasheed Wallace versus. Damn, why is that shit? Dude from the Spurs. Fuck.
Tim?
No.
Jackson?
That currently play on the Spurs. I'm drawing a blank, bro.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge. I feel like their games are pretty similar. I think that would probably be a good matchup.
I was about to say like another wild ass nigga.
I did too.
I want a three-point contest between Reggie Miller and Steph. 3-point contest.
Yeah,
and I'll throw Steve Kerr in that joint too. Just for shits and giggles. Yeah.
Larry Legend in there too, man.
Yeah.
So Stojakovic in that joint.
Craig Hodges.
Jimmer Fredette.
Oh shit.
Yeah, right.
Like,
This is long was he in the league for like a year or two?
I was bounce around kind of a little bit.
That's the sad part. He kept bouncing around and kept finding a way back into the league. Like I think he went over to China and then dropped like something in the game, and then they was like, "All right, we're gonna bring you back to the States." And he literally, I think he quit like the middle of his 10-game contract and was like, "Yeah, this shit just ain't for me," and went back. I don't know.
He was flat out.
He was king over there. Shit.
one person we ain't talk about since we've been on here, I forgot Corey Maggette, man. I thought he was gonna be like a superstar for a minute, and then he just let everybody down. Like he had like a lot of mediocre years.
Yeah.
Corey Maggette.
I think he made a couple, also maybe 1 or 2 All-Star games.
Yeah.
But I think that's
Who
also
go up against? Wasn't T Mac his cousin? Like in real life?
That's Vince Carter.
Oh, Vince. Okay.
Yeah, him and Vince Carter. Yeah.
Who would he go up against? Corey Maggette. I'm trying. Maybe J.R. Smith or something like that.
Quinn Richardson.
You said who?
Quinn Richardson.
I was gonna say Jason Richardson, but yeah, Quentin Richardson.
Oh.
Hey, who? I would say honestly, I think Jason Richardson had a underrated career for real. Like he averaged like 20-some points a game most of his career. You know, but he never had like a notable playoff. You know what I'm saying? Like moment
with the Warriors.
That whole Golden State team when they beat who's that? The Mavericks.
So
he was on that We Believe team. Damn.
Yeah.
That team was fun to watch.
Shit.
Yep.
For real, that team kind of put Golden State on the map, like in recent history before Steph and them like really started to do their thing.
Yep. I think my last 1v1 would be 1v1 would be Gary Payton and Isaiah Thomas.
You said who? Who and Isaiah Thomas?
No, Gary Payton and Isaiah Thomas from the Pistons.
Love. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all got any comedians? You got any comedians that y'all would try to throw in that joint?
I guess since we're doing this little I guess since we're doing this little 1v1 thing, you know, and Deion Cole, he proposed an idea about doing like a one-on-one with comedians, like the artists are doing the little battles on the internet, and he was saying like they would do jokes instead of like songs, you know what I'm saying? And they would do it in that format. So if there was anybody that you would want to see, like a comedian or anybody, or two comedians against each other in that type of format, like who would y'all want to see go against each other?
I think the comedians is tough because it's like, because everybody don't be talking about the same. I think because like you got comedians that can we'll say you got the DMV bammers like us. We'll go on you. We talk crazy type of shit. We'll talk about your mama and all that shit or whatever. But it's like I don't know how they would do it with the comedians because they talking about political jokes and things like that. Like, cause a lot of them are like more storytellers and their stories be funny as shit. So I really don't know how. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, I gotta hear something from Dave Chappelle. He's definitely gotta be in that joint. I don't know who's gonna be able to rock with him. He might have to.
You gotta go against Chris Rock, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was about to say he might have to go against somebody like Chris Rock or Eddie Murphy or some shit. Somebody that's been in the joint for a minute. So
yeah. I mean, I would say with Dave Chappelle, I would say he need to go against Chris Rock because they have similar. The shit they talk about is similar. They both have like political commentary. They talk about social issues. Both of them. They talk about relationships, like all that type of shit. So I think those two would be a good matchup. Plus, they both been in the game for a long time. So I think that'd be a real good matchup. But speaking on what you were saying, Corey, as far as like the comedians doing it, yeah, some comedians are different. Like some niggas, their comedic timing is like slow build-ups. Like I feel like Dave Chappelle's commentary like slowly builds up to the joke. You know what I'm saying? With some other niggas, it's like quick hitters. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a dude who needs a lot of time to build up to a joke compared to a dude who's just shooting them off at you, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know.
Right. I'm like,
that plays a part.
Yeah,
that plays a part.
Make this weird, man. If they do something like that, they gotta go on each other. And plus, who you don't want to hear the same jokes because we done watched all the Dave Chappelle joints and we done watched the Chris Rock shows and shit.
Yeah, I think we'll enjoy that joint just because, like, I mean, we re-listening to the songs or whatnot. We re-listening to DMX catalog, and I mean, it's not necessarily going to tell the whole joke. So the same way they only telling they only playing like I'll say like a minute and a half of an entire song, and that joke brings back so many memories. Like you literally can tell a joke. And with these members that we name it, you already know they got a catalog where they can pull out a minute for a 20 song or 20 joke battle. But two people I would love to see go up against each other. And once again, I like these little underdog jumps. Would be like Cat Williams versus Mike Epps.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be a good matchup.
Yeah,
That'd be a good matchup.
Yeah, they both crazy.
And
Yeah,
then,
that'd be good.
and then like you have to use like people like the kings of comedy, like them niggas like like a Steve Harvey would have to go against like Cedric the Entertainer or some shit like that. Like niggas that's in it, like if you have a similar audience, I feel like the comedians with a similar audiences should go together. You know what I mean? I think that'll make for a better show. You know, so.
Mm-hmm. Like D-Ray versus Red Grant. Them bands will have you balling. They stupid. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead, P.
Nah, that was a good one. No, I was gonna say, I'm not sure if y'all saw Kevin Hart. They was like backstage, and Meek Mill and his crew was backstage. I think it was like maybe like 15 of them, and one of them was talking about Kevin Hart before he was supposed to go on stage, and he said he postponed going on stage for like 30 minutes, and then just like cooked the whole team, like took his time.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that shit? I thought
I seen that joint. Yeah.
That shit was funny, and the
I gotta look that up, man.
it was impromptu, and it felt like there was so much tension in that shit. Like you could tell that them niggas was like they wanted to fight him.
It was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. He was making them niggas like they was afraid to be embarrassed and shit. Like I seen that joint. He had them niggas uncomfortable.
Hilarious. I was laughing for the sheer fact that he was just going in on him. He's talking about the nigga's eyes and lazy eyes shit. I was like, God damn.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, you gotta see that. But I was gonna say, like, if Kevin Hart can, like, you know, if he can get somebody that can fire back and forth, like he do, I would
see.
say
That's I don't know that Kevin Hart. He be doing the stories and shit too. I ain't never seen that. That's why I gotta look that video up.
Yeah,
I gotta look that shit up.
It was kind of funny. But I would say I would put him in there. I was gonna say Dave Chappelle and Richard Pryor if we was talking about primes. I think they like the two OGs. Like just, you know, even though Dave is kind of still now, I feel like they my two top. So that would be just nostalgia for me seeing them both. You know what I'm saying, on the same
So
stage.
can I put you on the spot real quick?
Go ahead.
So, since you said Kevin Hart and you said you got to find somebody to go against him, who would you put up against him?
Oh, that's why I didn't even touch it, because I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know, really. I don't know.
I let him go against Mike Epps. I think him and Mike Epps got a little beat.
Yeah, and Cat Williams. Like they all got like you know.
Oh, Michael Blackson too.
Michael Blackson.
Yeah, no, Kevin Hart and Michael Blackson got real beef.
Yeah.
What?
And they both from Philly.
Yeah. But for real, I'll probably put Eddie Murphy up against Kevin Hart just because I say that Eddie Murphy, even though his comedy was probably a little bit more, I guess, raw, you would say, but I would say that because they have like a lot of kid-friendly aspects, because, you know, Eddie Murphy did a shitload of kids movies, like Mulan, and then you can kind of even say like Norbit or some shit, but, you know, like even
Shrek.
Clumps,
was he in Shrek?
Big no, not yeah, Shrek, all that shit. So I think he got like kid friendliness. Kevin Hart got that shit. I think they could be a good matchup. And they both megastars. They was both number one in they prime. You know what I'm saying? Or during their era. Yeah. So I think they'd be a good matchup. Both big time movie stars too. So I think that'd be a good matchup. Eddie Murphy and Kevin Hart.
I can see that.
But
you ain't go yet. Go ahead.
This like scenario is kind of difficult because like, is it going to be just like joke for joke? Is it going to be like a set for set, or is just like the ultimate format? I think would be just like you straight up just joning on each other. So just like that. I'm taking any nigga from the city. I'm taking Martin. I'm taking, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Martin.
Hey, Martin.
For real, you know who would win that joint though? I think Dale Hughley would destroy any nigga because he kind of made. He kind of made his what's it called? All that. Remember when he used to like host like Comic View? He used to just fry niggas in the audience like all the time. That was like Dale Hughley's like his trademark for real. He used to just go in on niggas. Yeah. I'll probably go with him for real. If it was a joning format.
Michael Collier too. He's good at joning too.
Yeah.
He from DC, ain't he?
He kind of look like it.
I think he is. Red Grant from DC. He another one.
Yeah, he funny. I think he run up the mayor too
Martin
in DC.
Lawrence.
I think Earthquake too, right?
Who?
Earthquake,
Oh,
yeah.
Earthquake. I ain't know Earthquake was from DC. I had no idea.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we deep out.
Earthquake.
If it's Jonan, I'm taking our All Stars versus the world.
Our All-Star 5. We definitely got a dream team out here. We definitely got enough out here. ATL got a couple Bammers. Yeah, I remember Bruce
who going against
of,
Chris Tucker?
Comic Blue. Chris Tucker? Chris been out of the game so long.
It can't be DC Young Fly because I know everybody love to compare them, but that would make me throw up if I saw them. I ain't about to watch that shit.
Hell no.
See, Chris is a legend in the game, even though he wasn't like even to me, he wasn't necessarily like one of those top tier comedians. Like he was a top tier actor and he was a top tier actor. But as far as like a comedian, like stand-up comedian, I know he has some jokes with him, but so I'm trying to figure out who I would pit him against. Mark?
I don't know. I can't really think of nobody for real.
I think Chris got jokes too. You know what happened with Chris? I think he blew up so fast. He blew up so fast after like the Friday joint. Started doing a rush hour joint, and he just wasn't doing stand up no more. You know what I'm saying?
Those movies started taking off, and he was getting paid hella money for doing that era. He was like one of the top paid actors at that time. Like so, you know. So that's why do stand up?
And he was a say it again.
Like movies back then when everybody, wasn't like bootlegging shit, like you had to go to movies to see shit. You can't stream it. Those type of like actors was really getting paid.
Yeah.
And he was one of the first crossover. I mean, I don't want to say crossover, but he was like one of the first crossovers because he was like with the that's when he had that nice little run. He started out with Rush Hour. I mean, he started out with Friday, and then he went to Money Talks. He went to Rush Hour.
Yep.
To like a couple of other jokes where it was like, you know what I'm saying, it was him with another demographic, and he was in the mainstream media for the movie. So yeah.
I ain't recognized till recently that he wrote Money Talks.
Oh, for real?
Oh, I ain't know that. I had no idea.
So he got paid 2 times.
Oh shit.
Shit. That's what's up.
What about Jamie Foxx? Who would go against Jamie Foxx?
I think he can jam like shit.
He's sneaky. I think Jamie's sneaky. He might get
of course.
Yeah. Damn, that's a good question. Who? I wouldn't mind. Matter of fact, I'd put him against Kevin Hart and see what happens. I
was gonna say
Kevin Hart and Joan though. Kevin Hart and Joan. He good with it. So that'd be a nice matchup.
Yeah. Got to. He from the inner city. Got to.
Low-key Ricky Smiley can too. He can jump like shit too.
Yeah. ATL. Yeah, that's what I was about to say earlier. ATL got a couple folks.
That's
I know y'all remember Bruce from Comic View.
I put Jamie against one of the Wayans.
That's what I was thinking. Somebody from the Living Color.
Yeah, Marlon is fried niggas. Marlon be tearing niggas. I seen him.
I believe that.
Yeah. Did Marlon just fry Terrence J?
He was cooking Terrence J ass up.
Rightfully so too.
What was that on? What was that on? That was on like a video clip or what?
It was like
I think they had like a voice what's it called? FaceTime, right? And they was going back and forth.
Either FaceTime or Instagram Live, and I think like what happened. I think what started it. You know what I'm saying? Terrence J was drunk and said something like Marlon don't support black artists or black designers or something like that. Marlon just let him have it. So.
He was talking about his he was talking about his family. He was basically trying to say Marlon is like a product of the family. He not self-made. Okay. Yeah. So then Marlon was like, you can't talk about the family, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's when he started going in on him. You know.
I gotta see that. Yeah, but Marlon be going in, man.
Shit, Damon, they got of the Wayans, they got I'm sure when growing up, that's all them niggas did was just joke on each other.
Yep. Another one I would throw out there is probably I throw Robin Harris versus Corey Holcomb. Robin Harris versus Corey Holcomb.
I would do Patrice and Corey because they got that like real.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was about to say. Because their content is like the same shit.
Yeah, it's like dark. Like, what did I say? Type shit.
Yeah,
right.
They shit like. But it be real, you just gotta like they shit ain't for everybody, man. You gotta, you gotta be willing to accept the hard truth when you listen to them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just straight up, like don't get in your feelings.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I went to a Corey Holcomb show and like it was like one of the first times I ever gone to a Corey Holcomb show. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what you see on TV, but you don't really know what you're getting into. Like I see people legit walking out of that joke, like, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I know what you so did was probably the same way, but I know I see people walking out like, nah, I can't do
Definitely. Oh, you know how many couples went and all happy and in love and left arguing? You know what I'm saying? Like going to them type of shit.
Y'all ever watch the show? He got a show on YouTube. You gotta watch that joint. That nigga's funny as shit.
I was gonna say I think he underestimated like shit because Corey Holcomb funny as fuck, bro. But
they don't want Corey Holcomb.
His jokes,
this shit too raw.
But his jokes, his punchlines are different than anybody else I've seen. Cause his shit, he let that shit linger, and then he just let you like marinate on it. You're like, did you get what I said, nigga?
What's the last like good stand up y'all seen?
Shit.
So are we excluding Dave?
Yeah, Dave was the most recent.
What do you mean? The eight.
No, period. I mean, I think me personally, I think not necessarily 846. I think the 846 joint was more storytelling, and that joint was more real. I know I
still haven't seen that joint yet. It's on YouTube, man.
Yeah, it had this comedic undertones, but I was thinking more so before that. I think that was it Sticks and Stones?
Yeah.
That joint was up there. That might have been one of the most recent ones for me.
Shit.
The last Hannibal Buress jump, the Miami Nights jump, it's on YouTube. That shit I heard.
What is it?
Hannibal Buress.
I ain't hear you. You broke up again.
Hannibal Buress, Miami Nights.
Oh, yeah.
Faison said that nigga not funny.
Faison be hating on everybody.
He hating on everybody now. I'm like, God.
Where's he at?
I was on Instagram earlier. The thing him and Cameron got beef. Diplomats. I was like, what the fuck are they fighting over? But
Jay-Z ain't sell weed. I mean, Jay-Z ain't sell product for real.
Mm-hmm.
So Cam came to Jay-Z's defense, but So I think another jump that I just saw recently, and it was probably I know it's old, but the Michael Che jump, that's on Netflix.
Ooh, Michael Che?
Yeah, the battle from SNL.
I gotta check it out.
He's got funny too.
I seen when he was on that Seth Rogen like special.
The most recent joint I seen was a Bruce joint. That's why I keep bringing him up. I seen it on. It was on like HBO or some shit. Bruce took me back to comic viewing and shit. But I've been trying to. I keep forgetting to watch the joint. Randall put me on to the Andre Bama.
Oh, Eric.
Eric Andre. He got something on Netflix right now.
Hey,
I watch that joint.
You gotta be well prepared to watch that shit.
It ain't for everybody. I watched this movie.
Say that again.
Eric Andre.
What about him?
Why you gotta be prepared?
Because he's not for everybody, dog. It's crazy. It's crazy. Brandon, what's the name of the movie?
You talking about the movie?
What's the name of the movie?
It's like Road Trip or something.
Yeah. I watched that joint. I watched that joint with the wife. Yeah, that joint, Bad Trip. I watched that joint with the wife, and I was dying laughing. My wife was sitting at me, looking at me like I'm fucking stupid. I was dying laughing, dog. That joint is fucking retarded.
Like
it ain't for everybody, man.
That's how it is. On Adult Swim, that's how the show is. Like he got like like a late night talk show, but like he pranks the guests, and like the celebrity guests will come on there and think they like doing like an actual like late night show, and he just like out, and it's like the wildest.
Yeah, that nigga. Yeah, I like him, man. He's funny.
Like Jackass times like 10.
Yeah, on crack. Yeah, he wild. He wild.
And them numbers was on some shit too. So if you say Jackass on crack, them niggas was
Bruh,
dog. There's a part in the movie. I don't know how they did.
Watch the movie, bro. Just watch.
Yeah, just watch the movie. Just watch the movie. That Jay is retarded, dog. It's some stupid ass shit going on in that joint, but it's funny. I don't know why it's funny. It's funny to my dumb ass. I don't know why.
It's him, Tiffany Haddish, and Hannibal Buress in the movie.
Yeah.
It's wild because like they do pranks, but it has a storyline to go with the shit. Like you never seen anything like this shit.
Yeah, you gotta watch that, John.
Another comedic jump is Trevor Noah. I forgot. I mean, that's on Netflix too. But one of his last jumps, I forgot the name of it. But that jump was y'all funny too.
The nigga that's the Comedy Central Daily News jump. Yeah. Trevor Noah.
Oh, Trevor Noah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that joint. All right. It was funny though. It was funny.
Yeah, he got some funny jokes.
He always serious. All right, yeah. Gotta watch that joint then.
Is that new, Al?
Nah, it's not new. I think it's like 2018, 2017 or something like that. It's like
What's that old? I don't think it's that old. Is that old?
Yeah. I forgot what it's called, but it's about I forgot what it's called.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's on Netflix though. I passed it a couple of times. Meaning to watch it.
You know what I liked? I was actually watching a lot of them, like a culmination of them last year. Is them roasts. Like when they roast a guest, man, that shit is like they don't let up for like the whole fucking hour or hour and a half. And some of them shits be like hitting hard. Like I'm like, bro, if they talk like that, I'll be like, I'll fire back because that shit seemed like it hurt.
But sometimes like cool are those people? Like some of the roast people do like every roast. Like they can't be cool with everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And I know some of them got enemies, you know, out of the whole stand, and I could feel it. Like you could feel the response when they ain't laughing or they don't say nothing back. You could tell they don't fuck with them people.
It's a show.
Yeah, I seen the joint with Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the big celebrity?
Yeah, Justin Bieber. You could tell he was in his feelings. He was trying to be cool, but you could tell like they was really trying to hurt that nigga's feelings, like they was.
Like, fuck y'all niggas.
You know the funniest part about the roast jump too is the Bama. What's the white dude's name? Jeff something. But like he literally is like a serial roaster where like literally I don't think he has any other like comedic like skills. He might, don't get me wrong, he might have them, but he is known for like his roast. And then the funniest roast joke I've ever seen is the Doug Williams joke.
Yeah, the Eddie Murphy joke.
The Doug Williams joke where Jamie Foxx was giving him the crickets and shit.
I think it was about to cry, bro.
Where is he right now? We're here for Emmitt Smith. Do you have any jokes for him tonight?
John Tory got everybody out of the way, and I did too. I want to say this to Emmitt Smith, man.
I'm your conscience.
It is a pleasure.
Man, it sure did get hot in here. Am I fucking up right now? I'm your conscience. I really don't need to be up here right now. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
His brother start making money, you can't tell him shit.
I'm your conscience.
All right.
I wish I was in a movie with Jamie.
You right about that?
48 hours.
You are right about that.
72 hours.
In fact,
I don't know.
In fact, nigga, I need a cosigner. Can you cosign on the car?
It's like and still nobody's laughing. What do I do?
You just go ahead and go because my time is up. Thank you.
I think I was gonna cry.
Y'all gotta watch the show. It's called Roast Me. They got a lot of seasons. Y'all gotta watch that joint. It's on YouTube. I don't know if y'all.
Yeah, I watched them joints before.
Yeah, they be bringing on DC Bammers like Red Grand and shit. They be having basically like Randall was talking about. It's basically a room full of comedians and they just be roasting each other. Everybody go stand in front of the classroom. They're actually filming in the classroom. They go stand in front of the classroom. One person stands up there, and then it's like 16 Bammers sitting in the seat and they just roasting their ass. And then they got to go sit back down. And then the next person goes up and they just start roasting his ass too. And they all trading jokes back and forth. That shit is hilarious.
What is that? What? That's on Netflix?
No, it's on YouTube.
Oh.
YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Roast.
Just type in all deaf digital.
Yeah.
Type in all deaf digital roast.
All deaf digital.
That shit be getting me through the day sometimes.
So am I corny because sometimes I be watching the all deaf the all deaf digital dad jokes and I be dying laughing.
Nah, them joints be funny. I be watching them joints too. Tony Baker on there.
I hate that shit. I'm like, really, bro? Let me hear one more.
That's what make them funny though. The fact that they don't be that funny. You know what I'm saying? Like the awkwardness of it making it funny. That's what make it funny.
Them Bill Cosby jokes.
Oh, am I the only one that be laughing? Y'all remember them competitions where you'll have like an NBA star or like a celebrity and they gotta read the joke and the joke be like corny as fuck or be funny as fuck and the other person can't laugh?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah, that's how that joint is. That
shit is funny as fuck, bro. Like some of the stuff they be saying, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who comes up with this shit?
I still remember the Mark Wahlberg. I think it was a Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell joke.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
But
yeah, that joint's funny too.
Will Ferrell. Does Will Ferrell do stand-up comedy? I don't think I ever seen him do stand-up comedy.
No, I think that's Will Ferrell's like his like comedic skills. He's like good at like timing and like facial expressions and body language and shit like that. Like he's good with that. It's not even really what he say. It's just how he expresses himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's real good with that type of shit. Mm-hmm. Like he's good at making the awkwardness funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That Step Brothers joint was off the chains.
A lot of that should be improv though.
Yeah.
Yep.
It do, but that'd be the funniest shit.
Like we watch all them deleted scenes on Step Brothers. It's funnier than the movie.
Yeah, I saw that shit too.
Step Brothers, Anchorman.
Winging it. Goddamn. Zach Galifianakis is
I like him.
Got a couple stand-ups, and then the Behind Two Ferns, like those interviews that he be doing.
Yeah, I was about to ask, did you watch that joint? Is it?
Yeah, I watched like the individual jumps like a while back, but the movie I didn't get a chance to watch. But
I didn't get to see that yet.
Behind Two Ferns, that shit is funny as fuck.
Yeah, because the show was on like late night Cartoon Network or some shit.
I watched them on YouTube.
Yeah. I remember the Adult Swim shit. Yeah. I think it was on Adult Swim or something for a minute. I caught like a couple shows. Yeah, I've been wanting to watch that movie.
All right. So speaking of comedian shit, like real quick, the shit is in the headlines right now, and I think it might be one of the funniest things that we've seen in a while. Lou Williams left the bubble, was caught in City, the strip club.
He was just getting some wings, man.
Hey, I agree. Because, I mean, like, if you think about it, like, I've never been to Magic City, but, I mean, I can just speak from Stadium. Like, if you think about Stadium and you think about, like, the food selection, at Stadium, that might make the experience that much better. So fuck it. What's some notable strip club experiences that y'all had, or what's the best strip clubs that y'all have been to that y'all can talk about?
Hey, he said that y'all can talk.
There's no place like home. So like, I'm not talking about Stadium. Stadium is like for the glitz and glamour and shit. Number one all time is Baz and Crew. However, out of town, I'm fucking with Tootsie's because of the fucking food. The food in Tootsie's is so great. And the happy hour, you can get fucking steak and lobster and lemon pepper wings and like 2 shots of Hennessy for like under $30. Tootsie's right there. What's that? Miami Gardens. Away from
that y'all still around, right?
Yeah, I was there in October.
Shit.
Because
I ain't really got an answer. I don't know. I ain't really a strip club guy. I would have to say I've probably been to like 3 strip clubs, maybe, and I may have been to the strip club 5 times, a handful. That's it. And I guess I had to say Baz. I just remember going when we was in college. That's all I can remember. I mean, yeah. I don't really know. I don't really got no suggestions.
And the only reason I asked about if Tootsie was still open because I remember King of Diamonds and Kings of Diamonds or King of Diamonds, whatever it was in Miami.
KOD, all in the rap songs.
That joint only because of like, and I know Stadium is like that too, but like the legit like actual like acrobatics and setup, like they had like ladies and like literally that's where I like truly gained like an appreciation for like strippers and like actually like the work and time and all that good stuff that they put into like their craft, because like these mamas are legit hanging from like the top of a warehouse and like literally dropping down to a split and everything like that, and like that atmosphere, like I don't remember what night I went to, but that atmosphere that might have been like one of the best like actual strip club experiences, you know what I'm saying, outside of home. And I'm not talking about like
he goes to see the artistry. He ain't there to see ass and titties. He go to see the artistry.
But I'm not saying that the ass and titties are there. But I'm saying like add it in.
They got high quality.
And then you add in the acrobatics and the gymnastics aspect. That jump is top tier.
Also, Crazy Girls in LA. I like that one too. They ain't got the food, but their talent is top notch.
Yeah, I'll just speak on Baz and Crew. That was actually my favorite before it shut down, especially when we was in Bowie State. Man, that shit was fun. You could I think you could even go there on like a Thursday and a Friday and that shit be lit. But just
BYOB.
But just I went to KOD. It's actually a couple KODs now.
It's a franchise.
That joint. I went to the one with Phil in North Carolina. I can't remember what that shit was called though. But
Onyx?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? All right, that's 4. I've been in that one too.
Yeah,
My sister told me that job.
Hey, we should have held this conversation till Phil got on.
We should have held it till Phil got on. But I'm, just to speak on that, the atmosphere was okay. Like it wasn't like high end, super class drink, but the prices was amazing. Like the beers, like you could get beers and drinks and shit, and you could get like 3 under $20, man. That's the part. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, shit, like I like that.
And you went. I'm guessing that sounded like that was doing CIs too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
And I'm surprised because
that was top. Yeah, that was top notch time. So they charge heavy for it, but that was cool. I think we had a good time because it was me, him, and Matt, and a couple other fellas that we met. So we just had a good time up there. But I'm gonna just speak on the food aspect of it because I actually traveled from 2013 to 2016, almost like every month they sent me to a different state. So it was different, man. And one thing I do want to say is that the South is totally different from where we at right now. And then there's a couple states like Oklahoma City and stuff that we had, I wouldn't think nothing about. If you go to like a gas station, you know what I'm saying, or a strip club, and they got the damn best food, you can get $1 beer, like dollar beers, like bottles. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why would you go anywhere else?
There was a couple of jumps I went to in Tampa too. That's some good strip clubs, but it was weird because you couldn't drink inside of them. You had to go to like the bar that was like adjacent to it, and then come right back and go to.
Oh, yeah.
It was some good talent.
Must not have no liquor license.
Where you at, Marcus?
I was gonna go with Bass, just because that's what I remember. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. And I don't really. I'm like Corey. I ain't really been to a whole bunch of them, but that's probably the one I go with.
What's the worst?
Go ahead, Ryder. What you say?
What's the worst one y'all been to?
I don't know. Sensations was kind of bad.
But we had fun.
Towards the end, it got kind of bad.
Ain't that out here?
I think Mustang's like the first strip club I've been to.
What is it?
Mustangs was the first strip.
Where's that at?
It's just like almost like Highsville, like over Briggs Road and shit.
Oh, that's probably near Fairmont. That's near Fairmont Heights. Is that one? I ain't never been, but I kept hearing there's one over there near Fairmont.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still there, but I know back in the day. Another joint was speaking of the devil. One of the worst joints I've been to was in Denver. When we was out in Denver. P, remember that strip club y'all took us to? It was like the Playboy joint.
Where in Colorado?
Yeah.
Oh, when this nigga get in here, nigga?
I literally just jumped in, dog. Hey,
he came in right on time.
I know, right to the first question though. Yeah, I do remember though. I do remember that spot. What about it?
That shit was weak.
The weakest one, yeah. I think that was Shotgun Willie's. They got better, but yeah, that shit was terrible.
We
especially coming from what we seen. Yeah, that shit was bad. That shit was bad.
So P, because you just jumped on. We talk about the best strip clubs we've been to. We know in your past life you were a connoisseur.
There's nothing past about my connoisseur forever. Just like if you're a wine connoisseur, you don't stop after 5 years. So I'm the best though.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
I mean, honestly, the one that got me started, Baz is always going to hold a special place in my heart, dog. A special place. Just because we ran that motherfucker. We literally ran that shit. That was our club. Nah, I really feel like that. Shoot, man, the Onyx in Charlotte was straight.
They were talking about that.
Just saying that.
CIAAs, that was nasty. That was a good one.
And the prices was good. We was getting drinks and beers.
Yeah, dude, the motherfuckers next to us won a trophy. It was crazy. Yep. That was a good night.
What did you get a trophy for?
They threw like
some racks.
Like 2 bands.
Oh Lord.
2 or 3 stacks. So they got a trophy.
They was going off though. They was going off. Had the hookah and everything.
Give me a bottle. Don't give me no trophy. Bring a bottle.
They had some drink.
Oh yeah.
I think it was we was out drinking that night. That was a good one. I've been to Fuegos a few times. That was cool in DC. I'll tell you which ones. Like, there's some good ones in Atlanta I've been to. But
how them chicken wings feel?
Oh, they good. You gotta go during the daytime though. But I've been to like Magic City. That's kind of overrated because you can't like touch or anything. It's like, and they're far away from you. It's like a stage and shit. So don't do that. If y'all ever, and you got to pay for parking and all that shit. That's just a heads up, man. Niggas be mad about that Magic City shit.
About
It's just the name. Huh? Oh, Follies is cool. I've been to Follies, been to Strokers.
You got a list, huh?
Blue Flame? Yeah, cause Blue Flame. Because that's what people do, man. They be going there, only look at strippers. They go there, like, play pool, like you said, eat. They probably know the chicks in there. Like, it don't be the same. Unless it's like a celeb or something in there. So, I don't know.
You mentioned Fuegos. I forgot I went there. That was back when I was living in Langley Park. I forgot. That I would Randall had posed a question, what was the worst one you went to? And I would say that would be the worst one I went to because first off, you can't bring your cell phone in there, joint. You gotta leave your cell phone in the car. If you don't know the rule, you gotta go back to your car, drop your cell phone off. Then you come back in that joint, and they're not selling no drinks. They have no bar in that joint.
That's
I was like,
bro, you can't alcohol and titties and PG or whatever.
Yeah, that is true. You gotta bring your own. Shoot, hey, Shaq, you remember that one we went to that one time? That's the worst one. What was that one? You know which one I'm talking about. The one they kicked me out of.
Which one?
Do you remember? Okay, remember? Okay, so remember we was at some spot in DC, right? It was like kind of go-go-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so after that, that little hole in the wall spot. I know the name too. I know
what you're talking about. I don't remember the name. That's the first time I went there. But
me too. Yeah. That's the worst one. That's the worst one.
That's why you get kicked out.
Yeah, they were telling me I couldn't touch the girl, like talk or whatever, but she was touching me, talking to me. And the dude like warned me, but the third time she was like engaged with me. And then it was just like, all right, man, you gotta go. Da, da, da. You remember that shit? We were only in there for like 20 minutes too.
Hey, real talk. He telling the truth on that though, because she was like aggressive as fuck.
Yeah.
And then Phil was like, all right, well, if you giving me all of that aggression, I'm gonna give it back.
And dude
they fucked up her money. They fucked up her money that night, huh?
She said that too though. She's like, they always hating on my money. She was mad. It is what it is.
Real quick, and this is not really, I don't consider this like a strip club, but if you want to have some good ass food on a late night, or if you want to come up on a cheap Wednesday dinner, the Crystal City restaurant in Crystal City, like right there by the Pentagon, you get like a $8.95 steak dinner on Wednesday. It's like a white strip club, but the food there is amazing. But one time I went, and the bitch had like crippled legs, and she was dancing.
I bet you if somebody came and see her though. That's the whole thing when you see like the cripples and like the ones you be like, oh, what the fuck? Somebody sponsoring them. You can't act like
somebody like it.
Yeah, somebody like that. Somebody likes that. Somebody loves that shit for real.
She had like spaghetti legs. She was like, the steak is amazing.
I work with a lot of Baltimore Bammers. I've always heard them talking about this joint called Norma Jeans or something.
Yep. Oh yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Is all right?
Yeah.
They stay talking about that joint.
What's the spot we did that show in B-More at that strip club?
I think it was Ace of Diamonds.
Yeah, okay. We've been in B-More.
All their clubs on like one strip.
Yeah.
Yep. Right by like that Hustler Club and all that.
They got a red light district. Okay.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Nah, yeah. Real time they do.
Really,
that.
really.
That shit's like, it's like a block long. It's like a block.
Yep. Find whatever you want out there.
Damn.
No, so going back to my initial point or whatever, like I think like so many times or so many people have like crucified him for like crucified Lou Williams for going to the strip club to get food, and like people underestimate how good strip club food is. Like,
no, real talk is good though. Like I'm not even, and that's the stigma. It's like, oh, them naked bitches in there, you gonna eat in front of them? It's like, yo, you ain't had the wings. Remember that birthday party we went to?
Yeah.
Then we'll hear that shit when you make wings.
No, it was a spread, and all that shit was good.
We ate for free at this one birthday party for a stripper at the strip club.
Dog, on the main couch in front of everything, just sitting there eating wings.
Yeah.
I didn't even care. Just good.
Hey, but don't Lou Williams? Didn't they say some of those wings are named after him? He got a special at the actual strip club.
Yeah, he got.
Wow.
I mean, well, he's from Georgia.
He's from Atlanta.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say I think he's from like 20 minutes outside of Atlanta, but yeah, he's from right around there. I mean, he's home there, and I think he does have a signature dish at that place. Yeah,
but was he inside, like, or was he just picking up curbside?
Nah,
Picking
he
up.
was in there. It's some video with him
was in
eating
the party.
Yeah,
but it's a girl like shaking her ass right there. You chilling.
So him picking up wings is some bullshit.
He had a wing. Nah, he had a wing and a little thing. She was right there.
He said he had a wing and a little thing.
And he was at a table. He was chilling at a table too, just like this. She was just eating the wing.
Yeah, the NBA approved him to do his I guess he had like a family situation, but I guess it was one of those things like on the way back he was like, yeah, let me make a couple stops. You know what I'm saying? On the way back. But I mean, from the NBA perspective, I can understand because like this nigga making all these stops, he putting himself in contact with other people. He didn't just like go do what they wanted, what he was supposed to do, and come straight back. He making stops. You know what I'm saying? So that I can understand.
You're supposed to go to point A and point B.
Yeah,
and fucking up bread for so many people.
Yeah, exactly, dog. Exactly. And he went to the strip club of all places. Like, there's germs all in that motherfucker. Come on.
That's what Stephen A. Smith was talking about. Snitch. He's supposed to snitch on this time. He's supposed to snitch this time.
This nigga.
That shit. Who on Lou Will? I don't know.
But no, I mean, he was bound to get told on, especially because Jack Harlow posted a picture of him in the mask and shit. But and so I think that's like, I think so. And to flip the topic just a little bit, I think that's gonna fuck up the Clippers' chances. So like initially, I would have thought like the Clippers had one of the top tier chances to win the chip this year, and like I would have. Like I seriously would have put them against like LeBron and them. I know LeBron and them on a mission, but I would have put them against each other and whoever won that series. But like right now, so you got Lou Will out for 10 days. You got Montrez out for a little bit of time. I think he's coming back to the bubble. Then you got Pat Bev out too. Like I know it's still early, but I think shit, fuck it. Who y'all got winning the shit? Shout out I am Mace 12 for posing that question. Shout out I am Mace 12.
My little bro.
Man. Real talk, just like you said, I feel like it's fucking tailor made for the Lakers right now. Like it don't matter. Man, you think of politics and how they do shit with like the league and everything, man, they gonna need the money, they're gonna need the LA market and all that. I just see that's why I thought it would be LA and like the Clippers. I mean, Lakers and the Clippers or some shit just to maximize that. Because I'm just looking at the teams and shit, man. LA, the Lakers, LA.
Have you been watching the scrimmages?
Yeah, I have.
You see Deion Waiters and J.R. Smith, both them niggas is
balling
nice.
hard.
Like, they got more. Yeah, they got more firepower. So.
You saw
Lakers gonna be a problem. Man.
You saw that Oopie threw to Dwight the other day when he was like going out of bounds.
Nah,
JR, he threw that shit to Dwight. That shit was nasty. Ooh.
Did you see the double clutch shit? The double clutch shit he did against. I know it's Ish Smith. Ish Smith was 6'1", whatever, but he did a double clutch 3-pointer against Ish Smith.
But JR's looking comfy. That's a problem too. When that nigga's comfortable, that's a problem.
And that's the thing. He gonna come off the bench and just light a fire, and that's what put me over the top. When him and Deion start just getting like they don't even need the starting five if they got them backups, bro.
And thing is, like, how do they have the green light like that? And they just got to the team. Like they was like really just shooting. Deion Waiters was shooting whatever the fuck he wanted. I'm like LeBron, right? Like you can't be doing that shit. That ain't gonna last.
Nah, he ain't gonna do
it. Because of scrimmage, they probably trying to get those guys acclimated, warmed up and more confident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
give them some reps.
when LeBron and them getting AD get out there, I think they're gonna be doing all that shit.
AD still hurt though. He gonna be hurt for
he is
probably first few games. I think he got he got poked in the eye or something.
Oh yeah, he got the Kareem goggles. No, yeah, Kareem goggles now.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they scratched his cornea or something, man. That shit is no.
It looked bad when that shit happened.
Hey, have y'all seen the Wizards?
Yeah, they played last night.
Rui look good.
Hey, tell me Rui don't look like he about to be like the East Coast Kawhi. He looked just like that nigga.
That's what everybody was saying too, yeah.
He looked just like, and his skill set, like he got more moves, his ball handling is improved, and he played with a lot of tenacity. Like I think that's an underrated aspect to Rui's game. Like he played with a lot of like with fire. You know what I'm saying? So
emotion.
I feel like this might be a lost year for the Wizards, man, because they got Bertans, Bill, but both of them are out. They got Rui. They got you know what I'm saying. They actually got a competitive squad, but I don't
John
think
Wall coming back.
I don't think they get far.
When he coming back?
I'm talking about next season, like after everything go back to normal.
I'm about to say, he coming?
And Wall coming back, yeah.
So
I'm hearing Bertans might not. Bertans trying to get paid though.
He trying to leave. And we're not gonna pay him, so
yeah, he might be gone.
So y'all think it's a blessing in disguise that everybody's not playing right now? Like I think, me personally, I think it's a blessing in disguise that everybody's not playing right now. I know I had that bet with Randall right now about the Wizards gonna make the playoffs or not, but I think it's a blessing in disguise right now if the Wizards don't make the playoffs and like literally they get the opportunity, and this is basically like a college bowl season where they get the opportunity to practice together, build a little bit more camaraderie. I know they still missing Bill. I know they missing, hypothetically speaking, we'll say Bertans, but I also know they missing John. But also it allows Rui the opportunity to actually be basically the number one dog right now. And everybody else to try to mesh together. But at the same time, I mean, it still don't. I hope we don't make the playoffs now.
It's tough. It's a tough year, man. Like, and what's crazy is I keep forgetting they finishing the damn year. Like, basketball started up October. That's why I'm like, what the? All this shit is.
I know it's weird.
Yeah.
What are they gonna do next year? Like, how they gonna?
That's what I mean. They're probably not gonna be
sense.
done till like, when you think they're gonna be done with like the championship and all that? And it's probably gonna be done like September. Oh yeah,
October,
okay.
I think.
And
Yeah,
that's
the
when we
NBA
normally
draft
start the season.
in October, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, man. Like that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
What's really happening?
I remember they was calling John Moran a rookie. I was like, he ain't no rookie. I was like, oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. I know. Hey, he's nasty though. He probably like
He is like I feel like people don't talk about how nice this nigga is. Like he's special. He just ain't any point guard coming in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Watch his college shit. His college shit nasty.
Like he got more.
What'd you say?
It looked like he got more bounce in the quarantine.
Put on some more weight too, right?
He did. He got a little bit more. Yeah, he got a little bit more muscle, a little bit.
Yeah.
But so I mean, I think so. Going back to the initial question, I think the Lakers definitely win the chip. The only reason I say that even more is because they had their alleged practices for the longest time, where they was practicing at somebody's house and
you already know
during the quarantine, allegedly.
And on top of that, I know you seen LeBron hairline came all the way back, so that day alone let you know this nigga, that shit full, like fully, like it's not a single patch. That shit is all the way back. So he's ready for his leg. Yeah, that means he about to have some legacy moments. He's taking. They gonna be talking about 10 years from now, so he gonna make sure his hairline straight. So LeBron,
I like how he got the wolf gray too. He got the wolf gray coming in and shit.
Oh yeah, he embracing the gray.
Yeah, the elder statesman look. I like that shit.
Yeah, that's that seasoned man shit right there.
Yeah, he was still doing work though. I like that. I love LeBron, man.
Yeah.
So when the playoffs start, it's not gonna be East versus West, right?
Nah, it's just like seedings, right? Isn't it like the isn't it about like the seedings? No.
I don't know. I thought it was gonna be.
I thought it was the seedings.
Yeah, I thought it was the seedings. Like, isn't it like top 10 or something?
It start tomorrow. We find out.
Yeah, real true.
I want to see some of these East.
I got Lakers. Yo. I got Lakers.
I want to see some of these East Coast matchups, like Philly and Milwaukee.
Yep. I got the Ben Simmons joint on tonight. I want him to go off, man.
Ben Simmons. What's the name? People can't forget about Toronto either, man, because they don't got Kawhi, but they still got a squad.
So they won me so much bread last year, like last playoffs with that shit. They was doing their thing.
Yeah. I think Siakam and Ibaka be averaging like 22. Like
Siakam's a sleeper.
Yeah. I think they hard to match up, man. I don't know somebody other than Kawhi that could check both of them.
Yeah, they do everything. You gotta have energy for that shit.
It is. I just looked it up. It is gonna be East versus. It is gonna be tradition. I guess you want to say traditional conferences in the playoffs. So it'll be East playing the East until the actual finals.
Okay. Yep.
I might have to look at some of these games tomorrow. Put up some bets.
Hell yeah, I'm waiting for it, man. I've been thirsty for that. Thirsty.
I'm not sleeping on the Celtics making a nice little push too.
Yeah.
Did y'all see Carson Edwards get on James
Harden? Yes. And fucking Westbrook was standing there.
Hey, I ain't see it, but fucking Carson Edwards, that nigga's been nice. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't put nothing past him. You know what I'm saying?
And for me, I thought Carson Edwards, and me personally, I seen a couple games when he was at Purdue, but I feel like I always saw him on the perimeter. Like he went to the hole and went up with the left and boofed it on Jay.
Oh, for real? I gotta look that up. I gotta take it.
It was just a straight, quick little juke, and he was right there too.
With the left.
Westbrook was about to jump, but he was smart about that shit.
Yeah, that shit was nasty.
Celtics got a lot of talent. They got a lot of talent still. They still got a lot.
Y'all want to go around and put it on the record who y'all got winning it all? So
Bron. I'll go
Lakers. I think it's unanimous, right? Everybody got the Lakers, right?
All right. Well, since we were
I'm gonna take the Clippers.
Pick your opponent. So not only pick your if everybody say the Lakers, you know what I'm saying, pick who they playing in the finals. Makes sense.
I'm going Clippers and Celtics.
Well, is everybody with Milwaukee? Milwaukee got their whole squad?
I was just about to say Milwaukee.
Do they have everybody though?
Yeah, they pretty much they do.
I go with Milwaukee then, out the East.
I got Lakers in Milwaukee.
I say Lakers in Milwaukee too. But I say the Lakers and Clippers for the Western Conference Finals. Milwaukee and Boston for the Eastern Conference Finals. That'd be a look.
Yeah, I can see that.
Gonna make it.
Yeah. Me neither. I don't believe in Philly.
They had a 24-point lead. You saw that shit? They had a 24-point lead and lost that shit the other night.
They need Jimmy Butler. They don't got no leadership. Like, to me, Joel and Ben Simmons, neither one of them
I know,
real
man.
leaders.
I miss Jimmy. He was a fucking dog.
I think Jimmy is the missing element on that team.
Yeah, because he talked to you crazy. He talked to you like he's not a fucking star. That's why I like him.
Hey, Jimmy, wow. But I'm gonna go Lakers and C's. I'm gonna go Lakers and C's, and then I'm gonna go Lakers and 6.
I got Lakers in Milwaukee. And if my brother-in-law watches this show, Bron is out here because he's the number one Bron hater. And I'm letting him know that Bron is fucking out here.
Yeah, he is. He coming for that shit. Like, seriously. He's, like, healthy, too, like, well-rested and shit. I bet you this nigga's been sleeping, like, 10 hours a day, working out, like, 6 hours straight, chilling for, like, 4. Like, I'm telling you, man.
I got nothing else to do with workout. Nothing else to do with workout. Let's go.
In a hyperbaric chamber.
Doing this steroids, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You think he's juicing? You think Bron's juicing?
That's like one of the biggest like NBA conspiracy. Like he's steroid user. Like he got like all the symptoms.
They lying.
He got the ball.
What they got to say about my man coming straight out of high school? Was he juicing in too? Come on,
he was thin. He wasn't muscle now. He wasn't muscle back then.
He a grown ass man now. Yeah.
Him and Kyle Korver the only players left from their draft. That whatever the 03 draft, him and Kyle Korver the only players still playing. Actually,
Damn, for real?
Melo was in that draft too, right?
Oh yeah, Melo was. Yeah. You're right.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then that's your last three right there.
He got the same speed and jumping ability as he did when he came in the league. Like he's not slow.
Not more.
Right.
Since we on the basketball shit anyway, what y'all think about D Wade and we're gonna get a little serious. What y'all think about D Wade and his son the transitioning or whatever? What y'all think about that shit?
Did anything new happen from that story? Because I heard like when he initially came out and said he was gonna start calling him her or whatever or she, but since then I ain't really hear no new shit about the transition.
I mean, it's just she just been. I guess. Well, last I really saw when they went, like first when they went to the Pride parade. Then after that, it was like a couple little excerpts on like Instagram I saw. But I don't know. I don't think I know enough about like I haven't heard anything from her really. I think I need to hear like her voice on shit.
How old is this child?
Well, exactly.
Young.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I don't have no problem.
I want to say like 12.
Yeah, it's like, come on. I don't have no problem with the LGB, whatever, the ABCs, whatever. I don't have no problem with that shit. But it's like we're talking about a child. We're talking about a child, and there's no reason why they should be talking about their sexuality or none of that shit. You supposed to be, nigga. I was playing video games. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I was playing video games when I was a kid. I'm not worried about. I'm thinking Girl Scout cooties and all that shit. I'm trying to play video games, hang out with the fellas. We having sleepovers, playing Mario Kart, Mario Party, and all types of other shit. Ain't nobody really thinking about no shit like that. I think it's too much.
I mean, this generation just exposed to way too much more shit though. Like it's almost like sometimes I feel like they don't understand themselves, so they attach themselves to shit.
But that's about parenting though. That's about parenting.
Yeah. I agree.
Who's exposing them to that bullshit or whatever?
Do you think if Dwayne Wade was still just like a nigga in Chicago, he would have like the same views on the shit?
Fuck no, not even a little bit.
Nah,
not even a tiny bit, nigga. Like
you already.
This is a celebrity lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like this. Yeah. That's the shit he on. You know what I mean?
Isn't he in Cali too?
I even was talking about this before. Like the average kid in a typical public school, you're not going to meet a lot of kids, quote unquote, transitioning in any aspect of school. But when you go into like these rich area schools where they can afford to transition their child, and obviously you're going to have more conversations and more people who go to these schools. So D Wade's son may not be the only kid at his school because he's around rich people who can afford to transition their children. But if he was just an average everyday kid and Dwayne Wade was just a regular nigga in Chicago, this wouldn't even be a conversation. You know what I'm saying? This is just because, and the reason why I think it's normal is because there's other people in their circles who have similar views and go through the same shit. But if these was everyday common folk, none of this shit would be going down. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I do agree with you though, because isn't D Wade's mother? She's like a preacher, isn't she?
She was. At least if I'm not mistaken, she was. She was.
Yeah.
But nah. So two things. The first thing is the craziest shit I seen or the most recent shit I seen with D Wade's son, or I'm sorry, D Wade's child, was Zaire, the oldest one, the Hooper. They was in the backyard. He challenged, I want to say ZZ, to a backflip, 2 backflips or whatever, and then the nigga. ZZ like did backflips and then dropped into a split Like, like, and that shit was the wildest shit. That shit was the wildest shit, and that was like the most recent.
But he had the athleticism.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about, did cartwheels, and then backflip, and then dropped into a split, and then it was like yeah. But nah. So the only thing I will say, I mean, so growing up in high school, there were a lot of people. I mean, there were a lot of and I'll say this shit straight, Blake. The reason I left Laurel High School my freshman year was because it was too many gay people, and I wasn't. I
went to that school.
I know, nigga. That's why I'm saying. Like, I legit, it was like too many, and the shit was just so new to me. It was so new for me.
Right.
And it was way before, like, you know what I'm saying, as a ninth grader walking into that situation, like, normally you see, like, gay people, but, like, to see all the different, like, flags and the pride and all that good stuff, like, at that point in time, that shit was 01, 02. So you damn near talking about 20 years ago, and, like, literally, that shit was like prevalent. If I'm not mistaken, and I think this was like the end all be all for why I transferred out of Laurel. Homecoming, there was a homecoming queen. No, there was either a homecoming queen that was the homecoming queen was a guy.
When the fuck year was that?
My freshman year. I mean, it might not have been. I'm sorry. So you know how it went homecoming queen. I mean, you know how like you got like the king, queen. I mean, the prince, and like
Laurel,
the king, prince, and duchess.
Yeah, I don't remember. I went there. I try to remember.
Nah. I remember that shit. Like I said, I remember that shit. That's why I was out. But that's what I'm saying. So the only reason I brought that up is because we talk about like people with money being able to transition. And then even when I went to Flowers, when I transferred to Flowers, there was a guy, and when we were there at Flowers, he was in the process of transitioning, and he ended up being on America's Next Top Model, and now he is referred to, and now he is an actual woman. So I know Flowers is remotely in a well-off.
That shit right down the street from me too.
It's in a remotely well-off neighborhood, but at the same time, like I think there's a lot of people that in those areas. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that are strictly like, and it might be the celebrity status and being able to truly transition. But growing up, I mean, for me, there was still a lot. I'll just say gay, and I hope that's the correct terminology for it. But there were gay people, and like that just went along with it. But now I guess we got the whole thing where people are actually transitioning, and actually, I guess he's transitioning. He hasn't actually fully became a true female as of yet. But I guess, man, whatever works. I guess D Wade and Gabrielle are embracing them and pushing for and them to enjoy everything that is. So I guess like I've always said, whatever works for them, whatever works for that family, man.
I don't know, man. This shit is wild.
Hey, bro, yeah, but this is my this is my thing though. Like, so I don't know how old this boy is, but you know, if you look at how he was dressing, like Corey was saying, like when we was young, 11 years old, let's say transitioning to preteen, what was we doing? Like we was playing with video games. We wanted to go play basketball, ride bikes, climb trees and shit. This little boy wearing a halter top. He got his stomach out. He got long fingernails. So it's like either way, I feel like as a child, naturally, you're not going to be thinking like that. So someone had to be influencing to influence him to express himself like that. That is not normal mental process of a child to sexualize yourself. There's an adult is influencing you, telling you to do that. Like even little girls, all right, I don't know how they are now, but when we was coming up, girls 13 years old or maybe a little younger, they were still playing with Barbies. They were still into girly shit. Like some girls was wearing like overalls and shit like that. They wasn't like some of the girls still dressed kind of baggy like clothes at 13 years old back in the day. Like now you got like a 9-year-old boy, like with hot pants on and shit. Like what the fuck is this?
I think
somebody
growing up,
me, I see child abuse when I see this shit. That's what I see. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times what goes on is you have this new age thinking, and it's like, oh, freedom and express yourself and this, that, and the third. And I feel like that can also be misconstrued to extremes. You see what I'm saying? And I just don't like how it's being put on a child, man, because like how many times you grew up, there was a little girl who used to play football with the boys. She used to like, you know, she wasn't afraid to get dirty. She was a tomboys, yeah, but then no
She was a tomboy, that's
by
it.
the time puberty hit, their bodies start developing, they get out of that tomboy shit and they be straight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
They don't embrace none of that shit. So nowadays it was like, oh, she's a tomboy. Maybe she's just really gay and she's afraid to come out. So now you're gonna be ushering a girl to be more masculine just because she's going through a tomboy stage. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like the same shit. It's like people have little shit they go through at little awkward stages when they're a kid and they grow through that shit. But now we're like, oh, look at her way she's wearing Jordans. Oh, she must be a boy. Let me teach her to be more mad. Like, nah, that shit don't make no fucking sense at all, man. You know, like we overcomplicate things. Like back in the day, shit used to be like, oh,
That equality shit.
By the time she turned 17, you know what I'm saying? She was wearing makeup. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't get it.
No, you're right.
The only thing I say, the only thing I say is, D Wade is known for painting his toenails black.
Yeah.
Come on now.
D-Wade been wilding, straight up.
Might be a little.
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean,
I've seen too many posts about
something going on.
when he gonna come out.
And remember, when
D-Wade gonna come out.
I know if y'all seen the documentary or whatever with fucking what's his name with Dennis Rodman. His sister used to dress him up like in girls' clothes. Yep. So at a young age, he kind of grew up identifying with female shit. So that's why it was nothing for him when he became an adult to like. I think he even said the only time he was ever told he was pretty was when he handsome or beautiful or whatever that he was attractive was when he was wearing girls' clothes. So that shit affected him from a psychological. I ain't even trying to make a joke, but like imagine you Dwayne Wade, super athlete, it's multiple championship. You got your son, your offspring. He expressing your fucking same athletic ability, but he ends it in a split. You know what I mean? Like how would that like that's you understand what I'm trying to say? Like that's kind of, that's belittling your essence, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean
and they talk about him being one of the elite anyway. So programming is demasculizing a man anyway. So I feel like that's like a whole project with that shit too.
Right.
Like,
yeah, man. Yeah, and like, even as a I put it like this, right? Let's say Dwayne Wade, that was his only son. Like, all right, he has his oldest son. I'm assuming his son is heterosexual. Let's say that's his only son, right? I mean, the ZZ or whatever you want to call him, he's not going to have children. So Dwayne Wade's offspring, his bloodline is stopping. It halts at the oldest son. If the oldest son doesn't reproduce, his bloodline, his last name doesn't carry on. Dwayne Wade is supporting not carrying on his name. You know what I mean? He's supporting that shit. You know what I'm saying? By supporting that lifestyle within his son. And that's kind of like, isn't it like kind of killing your seed almost? If you really think about it, that's like kind of like, like, I don't know. That's how I look at that shit. That shit
I don't know if it's really, so I'll just counter. I don't know if it's really killing your seed because like at the same time, you still are. I mean, like you just want your child to be happy. Like the same way we talk about fucking Jay-Z's mom coming out, or I mean, we can't talk about Jay-Z's mom coming out and being truly gay, or what I'm saying, like that. I mean, as long as you want that person to be happy, and even still, I mean, we talk about D Wade, but at the same time, this shit ain't nothing new. We got Magic's son, EJ. I mean, he's not as flamboyant as. He not as flamboyant as ZZ, but EJ is he's on one of those reality shows as like
he is growing up hip hop.
But
he was on that.
Bottom line, the child can't be no more than 12, 13, whatever. Whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's like, come on, this
you want your child to be happy, but you gotta keep logic and above their emotions. A child will feel what they want to feel.
Because they got. I know you've seen
I'm going to dress him in the cape for the rest of his life. Nah, you know.
Marcus, I know you've seen they got a couple. They got white folks out here trying to get like little sex changes or whatever for their children that are literally under 10 or whatever the fuck. I know y'all not seen that shit, but it's like, come on. If they're not even old enough to drink a beer.
Understand that shit. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
It's like, come on. If they're not old enough to make regular rational decisions, how are they old enough to make a rational decision? Say, oh, I'm gay or some shit like that. It's like, come on, man. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So it's all parenting. It's clear. It's 100% parenting.
10 and 11-year-olds can't even tell you what they did at school like that day. So how does like what you want to?
They going to exactly. You
want to be
and like I said, even in as far as happiness, that's some emotional shit. Like at the end of the day, like logic always going to trump emotions. You know what I mean? So it's like yes, it might make them feel good. Sometimes you can tell somebody a lie to make them feel good. That doesn't mean you're doing them a service. You actually doing them more harm sometimes. Telling them something that'll make them feel good, even if you know it's a lie. Like. So sometimes you gotta like fuck how they feel. They gotta know the truth. You know what I mean? Like that, it'll do them a greater service long term to tell them the truth rather than to tell them something to make them feel good. You know?
I think a big part about it, like you said, a big part about it is the environment. You know what I mean? So y'all remember how we talked about open marriages and stuff like that. And so I'm gonna just bring it back because I'm not going to keep talking about that subject, but just think about the environment. You know what I'm saying? That whole culture, and that's the same culture. Like I feel like it's a lot to do with the parenting. It's a lot to do with what's happening around them in that environment. It's a lot to do with people actually giving them that option so young, and that's the thing. Like who knows even who understands why you want to transition your gender at 10 or 11 years old. This is something that's been going on for 2-3 years in that house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That Bama was 9 to 10. He was 9-10 years old. Like, that's the part. That's just the part that I don't understand, because I feel like it is a lot of enabling, and it's a lot of this is a path that you can choose rather than just bringing them up as a kid. Like, why do they gotta know about this and that? And I'm just bring up this part too, because Jaden Smith said that he's not male or female. He said that he's non-gender. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Jada did that shit.
Gender neutral. He said gender neutral. So that goes and refers to the environment that they're in. You know what I'm saying? It's the culture. It's that whole mindset, and how they brought up, man. Like I
think you said it right.
Will's kids was going to the same type of school fucking D Wade's kids is going to. It's like that type of shit. It's like
it's almost like you said enabling,
Parents having sex parties,
privilege, like all that shit goes into it. Spoiled, like I feel like it's. I don't want to knock parents these days, because not all parents are bad, but like a lot of parents do that. They more of like a friend than a fucking parent to the kid.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So that should be fucking them up. And so I feel like these situations, they be like that, because you're not giving no authority.
Exactly. I was listening to some shit D Wade was saying, like, he's our leader. Like, we learned from him. He's enlightening us on the lifestyle. I'm like, he don't even know shit. What the fuck is he enlightening you on? The nigga 9 years old. Wait, what you following behind your child for? You're the fucking man of the house. What you got your son telling you what the truth is and shit like that? Like, that's the shit I be talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And my whole thing is like, yo, I was raised like, nigga, if you ain't paid no bills, shut the fuck up. I don't even know what you talking for. Like, it's like that's why I'm like, how do they get all these things? Like, I never was brought up like that, yo. Like, real talk. It be fucking me up sometimes. I'm like, damn. Got a good life. Life.
They call it progressive. They call it progressiveness. That's what they call it.
But it's not bullshit. Like, I don't see it being progressive. So what are they gonna do after this? That's what I'm saying. It's like they lineage is about to be fucked up. Like, what are they gonna be instilling in the next generation though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're bullshit.
Because like you said, they don't even know. They don't even know. I feel like it's trendy on some of that shit too.
Yeah. That's why I said it's either parenting or the agenda. They have an agenda. It's either parenting or the agenda. It's one or two. One or two things. Like, I don't think it's parenting with this case.
I feel like it's a popularity thing. You know how girls will mess with girls and shit, like high school, college, but at the end of the day, they know they want to be fucking married and have kids and shit. It's just like exactly. I don't want to say it's a phase. Yeah. It's like but that shit just, I guess, happening at a younger age. I don't know, but that shit is like beyond me sometimes.
I mean, I think a lot of this shit is rooted in just the breakdown of the overall family structure in America. I mean, this shit is going on all around the world, but I feel like this the breakdown of the whole family structure. Think about this, right? Because they'll like put it like this, like as far as this whole gay shit, they'll be like, oh, look at those people kissing, and you cringe or be like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you might see two gay people kissing. They'll be like, oh, you're a bigot. You're not open-minded. All right, let's just say in a perfect world, right, where you have like a man and a woman. You cannot create children without a man and a woman, right? So let's say that man and a woman fell in love and they actually stayed together to raise that child together, right? So that means a child grew up in a household and an environment seeing a man and woman love and show affection to each other. So all of us were born due to heterosexual sex, right? So that means that those people, let's say those same two people who had sex, who and that woman gave birth to you, they stayed together. That means you watched a man and a woman who had sex to have, in order for you to come to this earth, you see them showing affection to each other. So if, let's say you go outside your household and then you see two men kissing, you're like, what the fuck is this shit? You see two women kissing, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this shit? Because you can't make children with two men. You can't make children with two women. You can only make children with a man and a woman. So if you grow up in a household and those two people, your two biological parents raised you, you're gonna see them. Oh, okay, mom and dad, they were in love. I was born. Oh, look at them showing affection. Oh, look at them kissing. That's normal. It makes sense. I came from that affection between the two of them. Then they go outside their house. They see fucking two men kissing. Of course, that shit gonna look weird, nigga. You see two women kissing. Of course, that don't got nothing.
But
being a fucking bigot, because nobody came to this earth off of gay sex. None of us is here off gay sex. None of us. So you can't put that's common sense, nigga. That ain't got nothing to do with like not liking or being ignorant and shit, nigga. That's fucking common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
And I heard Alex mention that earlier, like, you know, when he was going to high school, he hadn't seen that shit, so it was like hard to that's how I was when I first started seeing shit like that too. Exactly. I'm like, yo, I never like even because I never even put myself in those positions. That was never surrounded by me or anything. So that shit was foreign to me. Like, why? And it's not even like me being ignorant to it. It's just like you said, I was raised different. I saw this. This is the perception that was brought to me. That's what I'm about to carry out, you know, when I have my opportunity. So no, I feel you. Man, it's a complex. Shit's fucked up.
I thought that in like high school and shit, I thought that shit was a fad. I was like, them niggas gonna grow out of that shit. Them niggas are not.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a fad, dog. I was like, oh, I guess y'all think it's popular or some shit.
Yeah, to go against the grain, to be the rebellious one, shit like that.
And it wasn't really dudes. It was more so in our school. It was more so girls. It was like lesbians.
It was girls, yeah.
I was like, okay.
I don't care what you say.
Remember that shit. Remember, like, girls would be gay for a week?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. It was just trendy. It was just like real quick. They knew they ain't fuck with it.
Hey,
I remember girls used to wear like rainbow belts and shit, and for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was trendy, and that's the
Jordans.
Thing. But to that point too, I think it was trendy. I think, and we gotta understand as well, because a lot of dudes encouraged that shit and thought it was cute and thought it was sexy. So a lot of
that is true.
Right,
you're
right.
A lot of the people
that's that porn.
A lot of the people to get that attention from males,
music and shit too.
They put that out that they was with girls. You know what I'm saying? Just to get attention.
Now, Paul, you right?
Yeah, so that's that. I mean, it's trendy, but we talking about that the other half that's still with girls, and then I can't speak on it. I'm just be honest with you. I can't speak on their preference. I can't speak on male preference or female preference. If it worked for you, I'm fine with it. But where it affects me is when you 11 years old and you about to transition like that.
Exactly. That makes no sense.
That's all I'm saying. Adult, do what you want to do, but
So the only thing I want to say is that and I totally agree. The only thing I want to say is he hasn't necessarily like fully came out and said that he's actually going to transition into a female. He right now he's in the stage and he's in the crosshair. Like literally, he just wants to be called a female, but he hasn't like gone through any steps or the process to become a female. And once again, I'm not trying to like, you know what I'm saying, like be a supporter either way or the other. I just want to make sure we know that like he hasn't actually fully came out and said like he's actually going to go through the process and become a full-on female. Right now, he's just, I guess.
Not yet.
So where you think he's going?
Did y'all like pushing it though? But yeah, not yet.
They still pushing it on.
Where you think he's gonna get this money from? And this is all
Damn.
prospect. This is perspective. This is not, this is actually gonna happen. But I feel like the enabling part is gonna kick in a year or two or however long it's gonna be acceptable in LA for them to go ahead and pay, whatever, 50, 80K to
It's
make
gonna be some racks.
So, and that kind of pisses me off too, because I'm like, either way, even 6 years down the line, if he wants it, guess who's gonna help him do it? His father.
Dad and mom.
That's what I'm saying.
They got
this
movie
little
money.
nigga ain't got no insurance.
They got basketball money. Yeah.
What
job, no insurance.
What do the biological mom got to say about that? Like,
She got she got a gag order or something.
That's not Gabriel's son.
Nah.
No, that's not Gabriel's son. No, the biological mother can't speak on the matter. They got some sort of agreement where she can't come out and say shit about them.
All right there.
Well, that is questionable, right? That is very questionable right there. Because so that's the baby that D Wade and they all had when he had to come out and say that he had cheated on her and all that shit. That's him.
Nah.
That was a different. He got a baby that's outside.
He got a whole nother one.
He got a whole nother child outside the relationship.
Yeah, y'all forgot about that.
Yeah, this baby mother is the one that was apparently, allegedly, like outside of like one of the
allegedly
holding up a sign talking about she was homeless, but D Wade was her husband. I mean, I think at the time they might have still been married, but so I just say she had a sign that basically said like my child's father plays for the Miami Heat, but yet I'm out here on the side of the road because he won't give me any money or something like that. And that was like when D Wade took the kids to move to Miami, and they was like playing the Heat. Playing the Bulls and shit, and the Carlos Boozer era. Around that time. So
I would like to hear her take because like she doesn't have like outside Hollywood influence and shit. I like to hear it. But when I first like seen like the initial push for this shit, like when they had their like family photo on the stairs and shit when it was like holiday season. You remember that picture? And Mark, like the child had like a belly shirt on. Like you wouldn't dress your 11-year-old daughter the same way. So why are you trying?
Exactly.
Exactly. Like that. And then
they're sexualizing him. Yeah.
Exactly.
Fast forward to like a couple, recently I think the child had like a birthday and like, dressed up like long blonde hair, like you trying to be a fucking vixen, you trying to be a Kardashian type, you trying, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
So,
my God.
They had this little boy with blonde blonde hair, a young black boy with like we be talking about like look at so and so with their Eurocentric shit, and they got a little dark skinned black boy with long blonde hair on, and
right.
makeup
and shit, and
like that. If that is the most anti-black male shit you can imagine.
It's
you know
sad.
What I'm saying? To do to
it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
That shit is sad.
That shit was fucking wild too. It's wild, like
everything's on social media. So like it don't feel well. I'll leave it alone. I ain't gonna say it.
Nah, we already in it too.
What message you trying to push if you putting all your personal affairs on the internet like that? Like that's something that big can that can rock a family. Like I don't know how big their extended family is, but like to just post on the internet like that, that's crazy.
And that's the sad thing about social media. People be seeking gratification from fucking strangers they don't even know. Motherfuckers like just all types of shit. That's backwards.
Yeah.
Like you gotta go internal, man, your circle right there. Like that's where you start and you build from that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and that makes it worse because because there'd be so many people out here that could be saying some truthful shit about their situation, but because they got so many people saying, "Go ahead, Zaya, you kill it, girl. Girl, you look good." Like then it's not gonna stop. They gonna there's so many other fucking.
Yep.
But it's
man,
true.
that shit
There's
is
so many fucking
silly,
grown ass
man.
adults telling Zaya that go girl. You know, what I
And
mean?
that's
is fucking
enabling
silly.
too. That's enabling too.
It is enabling.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah. All that
It's
shit.
silly as shit. Dilly, as I always say. Dilly is dumb and
I don't
silly.
know, like I said, to me that shit is child abuse. You know?
Right.
That shit is full blown. Because like you were saying, Randall, like nobody. If you had a 9-year-old daughter and you had your daughter dressing like a bad bitch at 9 years old, and you a man walking around with your daughter dressed like a bad bitch, niggas will look at you crazy. And this nigga got his son dressed like that. So I don't know how you can defend this shit. It just look crazy to me.
I think
like if you,
there's no way.
I think
There's no way.
D Wade's off too
all
though.
day.
I feel like D Wade off too for real talk. Like
Ain't no way he got
you ever seen
like niggas he known from the sandbox stealing his. There's no way. There's
No way. Impossible. No,
No.
yeah, I agree.
No, he
way.
cut them off a while
No
ago.
way.
He cut them off.
Yeah.
Probably right after college.
Yeah,
Real talk. Shit, he barely like. I mean, he helped his mother, but even like I don't. That's what I mean. Even his mother, like I said, his mother was a preacher. Where are those morals at being instilled? You know what I mean? I know she was saying something to him,
right.
and he just ignored that shit. Yeah, right. That's what.
And that might be some extra shit on it too, though, because I didn't even know his mother was a preacher. But if you go talk to some fucking Reformed Christians, is what they call them, my new one, a Reformed Christian, whatever, they tell you that there should not be no women preaching in front of men and shit or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? They should not be the head of the congregation or whatever.
Yeah, I mean even if we speak on that aspect, it's so crazy to me because if you actually like look at certain things in the Bible. And then it'd be like certain people, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm a Christian, or I follow the Bible." But then those same people would like get caught up in like progressiveness and modern day ideology. It's like that goes against everything the Bible says. So how you know, in one breath, "Oh, I'm a Christian, oh, I follow it," but then the mainstream ideologies is 100% against the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll be like, how niggas be doing both at the same time? That should be confusing as hell to me. You know what I mean? It'd be like it straight up says that there shouldn't be female preachers in the Bible. But then the nigga will be like, "Oh, that's offensive." You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, nigga, like, but don't you follow the Bible? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit don't make sense. You know what I mean?
That makes sense, though.
It's
that
a
makes
lot
sense
of
that why
contradictions.
a household would be confused because they're
That's exactly explained.
Yeah. They're trying to go with the societal norms and go with the you can't do both. You can't do both.
You can't
do both.
You know,
can't do both. That's why.
Right on that.
That's why it's fucking confusing.
And the thing with like mainstream society, like a lot of niggas don't really truly know what right from wrong is. It's more like based on okay, what does everybody feel? Well, everybody feel that way. Okay, that's wrong. Well, everybody feel that way. Oh, that's right. But like nobody,
feel like
a lot of niggas don't like determine what's real from based off from what's within their spirit. It's more like, oh, I feel safe for aligning myself with everybody that agrees. I feel safe for aligning myself with everybody that disagrees. But it's like, nigga, what do you truly think? What do you truly feel? A lot of niggas do this and don't realize that shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas really don't know what to think. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And they just follow whatever the sway of society goes. If it's that way or this way. They're like, it's rare that you're going to meet a nigga that stay right here. You know what I'm saying? Most niggas be like this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever society says. It's rare you're going to find a nigga that stays solid. You know what I mean?
To your point, Marcus, everybody, I don't know if y'all hear about, you know, like the new day and age in politics and what everybody like leans towards and looks up, you know, to say who they voting for. But everybody say, you know, you got to vote for somebody progressive and this and that. But to me, progressive is just going along with the curve, like going along with what's trendy, going along with what everybody's going with. You know, so to that point though, it is some progressive movements that are beneficial, you know, especially to communities, to minorities and stuff like that. But I do feel like us as a whole, you know, I'm just talking about the U.S. period. Like everybody jumps on trends to see what's what's right and what's happening, you know what I'm saying, in a city or a region. And it's just
and
like
put it like this.
it's like a movement.
I agree, Paul. And I would even say on top of that, like morals, things like morals, integrity, that shit don't change with the times or the trends.
Man,
like morals
so
is true no matter. Morals stand no matter what time you live in Earth history, no matter what. So when people be like, "Oh, back to this," and now we're doing it like this, it's like, nah. Like morals is like it stands in logic and truth. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with emotions. Like if you really actually look down at a morality, there's a science to why it's morally right to do certain things. It's not about feelings. You see what I'm saying?
Dog. That's energy.
So I feel like that's what's getting caught up in today's society. Everything is more based on feelings, but anybody can feel anything at any given fucking moment. So you can't put too much weight in emotions because that shit all constantly changes. Logic and truth always, morality, that shit always stays the same no matter the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what's getting fucked up in society.
Yeah,
morality is gone. Morality is more rooted in the popular opinion. That's what morality is now. You know what I mean?
And that's it. And that shit, that's within. Like what you talking about, Marcus, that's within. And that's what I feel. I feel like a lot of people aren't. You ever hear any of your elders or like maybe your father figure tell you always go with your gut?
Yep.
And so,
Intuition.
To me, that's like morality. That's like within. Like, what are your what are your truths within yourself? And do you feel bad when you do something that's not right? But I feel like people don't even do that shit these days. I don't know what it is, but it's like the morality is gone.
I feel like to speak on what you're saying, Paul. I feel like a lot of times it's like as long as a nigga can point the finger at another motherfucker, it's like, oh, I ain't doing that bad. It's like, oh yeah, you can judge me, but so and so did that. You know what I mean? I feel like that kind of like takes away that the morale. It's like as long as there's another motherfucker who's doing worse than you, then you're not doing that bad. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like that. You kind of excuse your bullshit as long as there's somebody else doing worse. You know what I mean?
But yeah, you're right. The scapegoating is real, and it's just like people hold their opinion so high they don't even think they're wrong, ever.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem too. Nobody even wants to hear another. They don't want to be receptive to other people's opinion for real. They want to hear their own opinion, and that if you don't agree with that shit, then you're wrong. It's like backwards thinking, man. It's not even like conducive.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad we having this talk though, because we have a good enough people in here. Brian's not in this joint, you know what I'm saying? But still, I'm glad to see that we're all basically on the same page. You know what I'm saying? And none of no crazy shit or whatever. I'm glad to know that I'm not a bigot or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know we all went to the same school. We all went to Bowie State anyway, but we all still came up from different backgrounds and shit. We all seen different shit. I'm pretty sure we all might have a gay cousin or whatever or some shit in the family or whatever the fuck. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing. Exactly. It's nothing. It's nothing. Love him to death. Love him to death.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah.
I just feel like
niggas are out here wilding, dog.
I don't think what anybody said today is too wild or there's no like venom or what we're saying, or there's like no hate or in our speech.
Right. Nah. But they'll flip that shit around just like they did with Nick Cannon. I know y'all seen that Nick Cannon shit. They flipped his whole shit around, boy. Flip his whole. He ain't said nothing, no hateful type of shit, and he had to fucking sit up there with them, the fucking some Jewish guy or whatever. I don't know what the fuck, but he had to sit up.
You saying Pete?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just saying we all we just forward thinkers, so that's why it always comes together like that. Like I feel like we analyze the bullshit to kind of see how it could be progressive, if you will, on another spectrum.
Yeah, right.
That's what I like about us. We always dissect
beneficial shit, progressive.
Yeah, but even when we dissect it though, it's never open ended. It's like it's solutions with that. It's different opinions with that, and it's like I bet you like people
and we
might
crash respond. Sometimes.
Yeah. No, when people even respond, they be like, "Oh, I didn't even think about that angle." So many different angles, but it's never like, "Oh, these niggas just be talking shit." So it's actually like you actually feel it too.
And that's why
So nah.
that's why I think it's beneficial to have like all 6 and and 7 of us when Brian's on. I feel like everybody got their own twist to it, but it's good to like get somebody else's like tweak and opinion, because we might not think 3 steps down. Like Phil said, I feel like I'm gonna just call it out, because I don't think we've actually said it on the podcast. We actually say it in text messages, but a lot of stuff we talk about in this podcast happens in like a week or 2 after we talk about it.
Oh,
I'm
easy.
gonna just say that right now. We speak stuff. We actually speak a lot into existence on this podcast, and that's because we think ahead. We're progressive, and we almost get ahead of modern day issues. So
No, it's real talk though. If we had a
Shots out to the flight room.
Flight room podcast.
Oh yeah. If our platform was like that CNN shit, like I'm telling you, soon that's what people are gonna come to us for the information. Because it's not no tainted shit. It's just straight up. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, opinionated, different views.
When you get on that Jesus and Mero joint.
All right, so real quick, since we're talking about being forward thinkers and we're talking about changing the game, but I want to let me change the topic just a tad bit. My homegirl actually posed this question to me, so I'm gonna pose it to y'all. If you're in the process, I know we all in different stages of like relationships, significant other different things of that nature. But she posed the question. She was like, so if you are in the process of like dating a girl, what is the male equivalent to buying flowers? So like, what would a girl buy a male, like if they're dating and they're like seriously interested in each other, to show that they're like interested, was something that you would like want, was something that you have received, or was something that you would be open to receiving if you were like dating a girl and like she was trying to show that she was interested in you?
Some hot wings. Hot wings, a 6-pack, and act like you interested on like something I'm watching.
Shit, I was about to go. I got 3 too. A gift card, that's always excellent. I'm talking about a Visa gift card, nothing specific. I gotta buy it. I need to buy it. You give me the Visa. I'll be good with some weed. If you come with some fire weed, the only reason I say that is because women be uncomfortable about making that, you know what I mean? Like doing that for like, even like seeing the weed man, whatever, all that stuff, they be uncomfortable. So if you break through and do that for me, hey, that's a salute. And that's not inexpensive, just a J or something. Yeah, probably a nice dinner. I think that's an equivalent, because sometimes you can't materialize for it. It's hard to like get stuff produced sometimes, man. Just because we don't even care about material shit a lot of time either.
Right.
So yeah,
Never.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, because it's like we never get the shit we want anyway. How many Father's Day niggas getting ties and socks and shit? They ain't ask for that. Like, come on, man.
Like, goddamn.
Father's Day we get grills and shit for us to cook out.
That's a great question. What can you get for me? That's a great question. What is the equivalent?
I'll add to it.
I have no idea.
So I think actually preparing a meal is big, right? So I know Phil touched on it, but not even just going out. All right. So if you do go out, let's say the guy paid for the first 3 meals at the restaurant, right? And she know you got money, so it's not an issue. But when she say she got the bill or something like that 3rd or 4th date, that's kind of when you like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? She sacrificing, she putting up this $80. Like, I feel like she got a little skin in the game.
Mm-hmm. No, that's real.
I think that's real.
That's one of them. I definitely think shoes is one where I'm like, if she pick up a pair of you know what I'm saying, Air Max or J's that I've been talking about,
yeah.
I'm like, you got my heart for like 2-3 weeks, like straight. Like I'm like, what you?
Hey, that's a good point too. That's a good point too, Paul. Cause like it'd be hard for chicks to get that shit done too, for real.
Yeah.
Like now if you say that,
it's a lot of timing and like, you know what I'm saying, research. Because if a girl, you know what I'm saying, if a girl even knows about shoes and tennis shoes, it's still a lot of research and timing and delivery and all of that shit.
And they gotta go if they go into the mall or something, they gotta deal with the nigga, you know what I'm saying, knowing that they getting it for their man. That's gonna be some, you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
You need size 13.
That. 13, you need a 13. Just for your brother.
Yeah, so I think those three things, that's actually it. Those are some hot items right there.
That was good.
Oh, I forgot. A bottle. If she
A bottle can go a long way though.
That's what
bottle,
I was gonna say.
She know what liquor you like. That's a big
Yeah.
I do like gift baskets too. Like if you like took the time to put like my favorite candy,
Go ahead.
a bottle, my favorite candy, and like I don't know, so like some random shit,
like a shirt or something.
Yeah, like you know, with some drawers and some shit like that.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's a good gift basket.
Yeah, that's the thoughtful shit. That's that thoughtful shit.
Yeah. I think so. Y'all touched on. I was just gonna say a bottle, and I would also say preparing dinner. Because I mean, even I don't know necessarily on what stage she's talking about or what stage we're talking about as far as like dating and trying to figure out exactly knowing somebody else. But if I know you are willing to put the time in, put the effort in to like actually cook a meal, that probably definitely shows me a little bit more interest. I mean, it shows me that you are a little bit more interested, and it also shows me that, you know what I'm saying, that you are you will put a little bit of elbow grease to try to keep this. You might be trying to put some elbow grease in and try to keep this thing. But then another thing is, I would say too, and it goes to the like actually paying for a date, but I would also say planning a date, in which, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of the times, like the guy is always like tasked with like finding everything, you know what I'm saying, like finding a restaurant, finding everything for us to do, but know the you're trying to date and know what's going on with the dating situation and understand what could be like a fun experience for you both without crossing over into somebody else's wrong boundaries or what have you.
I like that too, especially that dating, because they don't never know what they want to eat. That's like a fact.
Hey,
Where you at, Marcus?
Oh, I'm sorry. But for that shit,
Bottle.
there's an app on the iPhone, or it's probably on all phones, where it's like you do like a little like Wheel of Fortune thing, and it chooses like what type of food.
I'm about to use that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. Marcus, you drinking a gallon a day?
Yeah, pretty much. For the most part, yeah. Yeah, I always try to stay hydrated. That shit is important.
Yeah,
it is.
I get back on that.
But I would say for me, like the equivalent of flowers would just be a bottle. To be honest with you, I don't really need much. To me, it means a lot because, like, I'm not the type of person that asks for a whole lot. I'm pretty simple. I like the small things. You know what I'm saying? So you buying a bottle is saying that we don't need a whole lot. Like it's very simple. It's like I want to vibe with you off some minimalist shit. Like the vibe with you is more important than, you know, all the extravagant shit. I just want to be in your energy. So I feel like that shit right there with that is the equivalent of flowers to me. Simple as that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I got something to add to it too. Tickets to one of your sporting events that you want to go to, or like a comedy show or something that's just like fire. I feel like put you up there too.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, that'll definitely get you some looks.
It was either gonna be a bottle for me, or that's how my wife got me. She got some tickets to the fucking Steelers game. I was like, let's go Steelers versus Ravens. Let's fucking go. Fucking go.
You knew that was wifey.
We getting married. We getting married in a month. Let's go. Let's go.
For the tickets, where's I sitting?
Let's go. Yeah, man. Simple shit. We like simple shit.
Nah,
Yeah,
I ain't mad at that
definitely.
though.
If it one of the tickets, yeah, I'd just a bottle or something. Yeah, you know, we used to
Yeah, I
buying
mean,
shit
I would
anyway.
say for me, like for me, more important is just the interaction, even more than just the material shit. You know what I'm saying? Just the
Yeah,
whole exchange of energy is more important to me. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
I like how you put
yeah.
that because that
Because it's tough
it's
out here on
intimate.
us. It's tough
Yeah.
out here on us because it's not so many. It's not so many feminine. It's not so many feminine women out here in the Americas, in the United States anyway. They're not too feminine. Not too feminine.
You mean it? What you mean by not too feminine? What you mean?
Not
You
too
trying
hey,
to be
overtime
dominant?
conversation, overtime.
OT. We go OT with that.
That's overtime, yeah, because you know
Good
what I'm
OT.
saying. OT with that, because
Because we
we
gonna
can go
drag that
multiple
out.
directions, honestly.
We gonna drag
All
that
right,
out.
so before we dip out,
Fire me up.
and head to overtime, one pick. We're gonna go around the room. We're gonna pick a round robin. I got one. You only pick one. So you have the opportunity to pick $1 million cash, hang out with the richest man on earth for 3 years, a lifetime of free traveling, or a 50% chance at $200 million.
Damn.
Taking the mil cash. I can.
Yeah, Mike. I might have to take the money, dog. It's either gonna be that or traveling for a year.
Yeah.
But if you
But I'd probably rather
It's
take the money.
lifetime. It's lifetime traveling.
Lifetime
Right?
free.
Am I
Lifetime
going
travel.
first class everywhere? Am I going first class everywhere?
Lifetime traveling. I'm gonna pick
The lifetime
Yeah.
traveling might be worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lifetime? Lifetime?
Because
I know.
but put it
I'll
like
take
this,
a lifetime.
like put it like this, like, all right, you get $1 million, but like you still got budget out your bread somewhat, you know what I'm saying, on a level. But if you had lifetime free travel, nigga, you could travel to fucking San Diego and then come back home the next day and go to work in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to pay for that shit.
So let's
to
just
work
put,
every weekend.
let's just put one restriction on the lifetime free traveling. Only one trip a month. One trip.
Oh, what?
That's still a lot though, nigga.
I know. But I'm just saying that's still
The whole
you know what I'm
world.
saying? The whole world. Just yeah.
You give the whole world one trip a month.
One trip a month. Yep. That's what I'm saying. I know it's still I know it's a minimal restriction, but at the same time it's some type of restriction where you don't think about it like, oh shit, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and go to San Diego on Thursday, come back to work on Monday, and then next Thursday I'll be in Miami and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that like type of restriction on it.
Now I gotta take the cash.
I'm tripping anyway. Yeah, I was tripping anyway because I was thinking like, just 1 year. I'm trying to get as much done as I can. I forget it's for my life. Yeah, I forgot it's my life. I can't. Yeah,
He said they're getting that bucket list ready. He gonna
They're like, damn, only 12 trips.
Right, but the downside.
Yeah,
The downside to the free travel, the only downside to the free travel joint is that you gotta spend bread in every city you go in though out of your pocket.
Right,
So the more you travel, the more money you're gonna be spending. You know what I mean? Only the flight is free, so there's a downside to that. You know what I'm saying?
Since he switched it up to a month, I'm actually gonna take the meal. But just a heads up. Motherfuckers retire with a meal, and that shit gone in 10 years.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying that meal ain't gonna last long if you don't got a job.
You got to invest that shit too, though. You got to invest some type of portion of that into something, like where you gonna get something back.
You gotta let that shit work for you.
Yeah. I'm not talking about like 500 thou wow or nothing, but just like a little, man, maybe 10 racks, 20 racks, something. Like you got to do something with that bread.
I was thinking about the being next to like the richest man, but like, and maybe he can put you on to something. But to be the richest person, you gotta have a lot of fucking greed. And he's not like you have shit.
Yeah.
And I was gonna ask about that Richard Man thing. Is he like giving you some like? Are you getting shit while you with him? Same,
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't know.
Yeah, same benefits.
I ain't fucking with
You
that.
hoping you get a little dime or something.
Yeah. I'm talking about even just like events and shit. They go like you get the same treatments, you get the same everything. You get gifts and all that shit. The same thing they getting. I could probably flip that shit. So that's why I'm asking.
But that's like
it all depends.
That's probably a bigger gamble than the 50% at.
I know the 200 mil. I know. I thought about that one too, but that's like betting. I don't know if I want to do that shit.
Shit, that's
Come
a
up
good
with nothing.
50-50.
Nah, if you don't win, Nah,
That's
man.
why. That's why I love roulette, boy. That's why I love roulette.
Oh, what you bet on black?
All day.
Somebody do
All
that.
day.
Roulette. Wasting
What'd you
So
say?
much shit.
You wasting your time. You playing 50-50 roulette.
Play them
Shit.
numbers.
Depending on how much you betting.
Nah, man.
You're wasting your
You
time.
gotta get them corners and shit. Get that whole line. I'll show you how to play that shit.
Double zero or something at least.
Shit.
At
fuck
least
that.
once. It be hidden.
I don't like to lose money. I can't do it. I'm betting on
I
black.
probably take the mill. I probably take the mill too, though.
Yeah.
Just so I'm secure
That's the
enough.
safest.
Like if I
That's the
fuck with the
safest
money,
bet.
Right.
yeah. Because if I fuck with the money, I fuck with the money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Give me a meal. I'll flip it.
speaking of gambling, thanks for taking the gamble on us with the Flight Room podcast. This has been episode 16, another illustrious episode. Keep commenting. We had a comment this week. I think I watched that nigga for real.
Ooh.
Like, don't come on our shit talking bullshit.
Yeah, I was.
What happened? I missed this.
But y'all, you did a good job.
You gotta.
Talk
Yeah, actually.
Don't come on our shit, and especially if you didn't like really like listen to the whole thing. Like, don't come on our shit. We will wash you, and especially if you don't have a photo, that means you're a hider and you're a troll.
Yeah.
Anyway, leave a comment. If you bring a positivity, or if you're not bringing positivity, keep commenting. We can have a spirited debate. Just make sure you have some good spirit. And
Oh, shout out to Corey's brother. I am Mace 12.
Deserved.
And then it was another. Who was the other person that suggested a topic?
I seen something about Greenland or something.
we'll get into that in overtime.
All right. Well, shout out to I am Mace.
Stay tuned, overtime, episode 16. And everybody be safe out here. Peace.
All right,
Y'all be good. Yep.
All right.
Happy anniversary, Shaq.
Appreciate
Happy anniversary,
you,
Shaq.
Hey, Shaq.